Hi and welcome back. Listbuilding-secrets.com, how to generate massive profits with list building. You're here again with Jim Abernethy, free video training number 8. Today we're looking at our web page design, and today we'll be looking at how to add and edit text on our page. Now this is part of how to build a website in less than 4 hours, even if you're a complete newbie. So we're not going to mess around today. We're going to get straight into it. Here's what you're going to learn in this video. You're going to learn how to create an attention-grabbing headline. We're going to add a sub-headline, and we're going to add some bullet points to our web page. Okay? So let's go straight back to Composer. And we'll carry on from where the last video left off. So I'm just going to flick across to Composer here. So if you'll remember, the last time we were here, we had laid out our table, the page layout. Now what we want to do is start adding text, okay? So we're going to start off with a headline. Now, with a headline, there's a few key things that you need to consider. But the main thing is that you need to grab the attention of your reader. You see, with a squeeze page, you're not trying to tell and pack a whole lot of information in like you might do with a normal web page, where people would see a little bit at the top and then they would read the next line, and then they might go down and start reading an article which brings them further and further into what it is that you're offering. It's quite different with a squeeze page. It's short, it's sharp, and it's snappy, so it has to grab their attention. It has to meet their need, or at least offer an answer to their pain, okay? So they're out online searching for a solution to a problem that they have. Your headline needs to answer that question very quickly, like in a matter of 10 to 15, maybe 20 words. It needs to sum up, look at the solution to their problem, just like that. Now, if you can do that, if you can grab their attention, then what that will then lead them to do is to read the next line, which will be your sub-headline, okay? And it will then cause them to read the next line, which will be your bullet points, and look at your page, and then cause them to take action, okay? So that's what you've got to do with a squeeze page. You've got to know what the need is, and then provide an answer to that need. If you can do that, you're in business, okay? So I like to work on the principle of a headline should be something like a benefit with a promise, okay? So there is a benefit. The benefit is the solution to the problem for the person, and the promise is perhaps a time frame when you can deliver that benefit to them, okay? So now, if you recall, we have chosen work at home to be the niche, or our chosen niche that we've gone after, okay? So I haven't spent a lot of time on this thinking about it, but what I have done is thought, right, when somebody is at home, or when somebody's searching this niche, what are they actually looking for? And I came to thinking that perhaps it might be a stay-at-home mum, okay? Now, she has a couple of children. She's unable to work full-time, but she would love to have some extra income coming in that could allow her to go out and buy a few of the luxuries of life, if you like, okay? So she's out there and she's looking for a solution or a way for her to earn that extra income, isn't she? So her problem is, how do I earn extra income online? Or how do I earn extra income? And then, oh yeah, I've heard that few of my friends are doing this, and they're making a few extra dollars. How can I do that? Now, what I've come up with is not the perfect headline, but it's a good example of what I'm trying to outline to you here. So, for the sake of time, I've actually pre-written a headline, a sub-headline, and then some bullet points. And I'm just going to put those onto the page. I'm going to quickly go through them with you, and then I'm going to show you how to edit the text to make it look good. Okay? So for the headline, I'm just going to go back across to my notepad here where I've kept it. Okay? So here I've got my attention grabbing headline. It's the benefit. And it says, discover how you can earn a full-time living online while working from the comfort of home. Okay? So there's a mum out there, she wants to earn some extra income, but she can't get out of the house because of the children. Aha! Here's the solution to my problem. I can work from the comfort of home. Okay? So what I'm going to do is that's going to be in my headline. I'm going to copy that. Control C. Then I'm going to go back across to Composer. And I'm just going to paste that into there. Control V. Now at the moment, I'm not going to do any editing of my text. Okay? So that's my headline. Then I'm going to put a space. And I'm going to put the subheadline. So we'll go back to the text document. Now, this is the subheadline, and I like to call this the promise fulfilling part of it, okay? So up here we've said, here's the answer to your problem. Okay, your problem is you can't get out of home because you've got chilies at home, so you can work from the comfort of home and earn a full-time living. And now the promise is, this free report reveals how you can write article content and be earning $100 per day in just 30 days. Okay? Now, I don't know if you can do that. I'm pretty sure that you can, but if I was doing this and had seriously looked into it, I'm pretty sure you could do this, so I could make a promise that could deliver to that person. Okay? So this is something that keeps them reading and keeps them on the page. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that. Control C again. We'll go back over to Composer and we'll paste that in. Control V. So now we've got our headline and we've got our subheadline. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to edit that and make it stand out a bit. So the first thing we'll do is we'll select this text, our headline, here. Now, one of my favourite texts that I like to use for a headline is, I'll go across here to where it says variable width, and I'll click that drop down, and I'm going to type in here, its impact is the text, so I'll type IMP. Now you'll see down the bottom here, it's selected impact, okay? So I'm going to click on that, and there you are. You can see that it has changed that font to impact. Now we want to grow that a bit because it's a bit small. Okay, it's got to be something that really jumps out off the page. So I've clicked that once, twice. We'll go for that size. Okay, so there we are. Now it's all in black at the moment. Don't worry, we're going to edit that a bit further. Discover how you can earn a full-time living online, and then we're going to click there, and I'm going to put that down to the next line so it looks a wee bit more symmetrical. Okay, discover how you can earn a full-time living online while working from the comfort of home. Okay, now I'm going to change the color of that text, so I'm going to select it again, then I'm going to go here, see this pencil, and then to the left of it just click on that box and up comes a whole lot of colors. I'm going to go for this red right about here. Okay, we'll click on that. It shows us the colour's been selected here, and click OK. Then we'll have a look at it. Okay, so far so good. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to now select our subheadline. Okay, now my favourite font for subheadlines is a text called Tahoma. So we'll click on that drop down again. I'll type TAH, and down the bottom it's selected. I'll press enter. And there we are. See, Tahoma here is the text selected, and here we are, right here. It's changed my font. So now I'll select it again, and I think we'll just grow that up a wee bit. There we are, and we'll bold it. I think it's too much. Righto. Maybe if we grow it one more. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look at this, and be earning. There we are. Now it looks a wee bit dark in the black, so what we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to change the colour of that a little from black to a dark shade of grey. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, there we are. Okay, so now we've got our headline in and our sub-headline. Free report reveals how you can write article content and be earning $100 per day in just 30 days. Now, if I was a stay-at-home mum or dad, I'd think, that's fantastic. I know how to write. You know, I'm not terrific at it, but this is where the next part of it comes into play. This is where the bullet points come into play because, you know, perhaps the person's thinking, well, yeah, I can write a bit, but I'm not the world's best writer. So what we're now going to offer them is another benefit, okay? And the benefit is we're going to show them how they can quickly learn to be a good content writer, because once we do that, we start engaging them and giving them a little bit of belief that, hey, I can do this, all right? So I'm now down in the left-hand box, and we're going to start pasting in some bullet points. So I'm going to go back to my text document here. So I've written bullet points, okay? You want to list 3 to 5 benefits in those bullet points. So you would start it out with something like, inside, you'll find out. Okay, so we're going to copy that. We'll select the whole lot. Okay. And we're going to copy that in, Control C. We're going to paste that in there, Control V. Okay. So inside, you'll find out. Now what I want to do is I want to copy that. I'm going to put that all in. I think we'll shift it down a line so that we have a bit of a space between the sub-headline and this here. And then we are going to shoot back to that text document. So these are the 4 benefits plus much more. Okay. Then we want to do what's called a call to action. So once we've shown them the benefits, these 5 benefits, we want to call them to action. We want to tell them what to do next. Okay. So my call to action is going to be claim your free copy today. Control C. It invites them to take action. Okay. So we're going to paste that in there. Of course, we don't put up here your call to action. We already know that, don't we? Okay. Right. So remember, we had the alignment of this page was aligned to the left. So let's see what happens. We're going to change the font there. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to make that Tahoma again. So I'll type TAH. Hit that. There we are. Tahoma is the style. Now we might just make that a little bit smaller. There we are. Because one important thing with a squeeze page, it is very, very important that people, when they look at that page, they don't have to scroll down to find out where to enter their name and email address. I'll get to that later, but we want to make it as quick and user-friendly as possible. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to select that. I might just grow that font a little, and then I'm going to bold that one, okay, because we want to yell out to them. This is what you're going to find out inside. Then for down these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to select that and we're going to add a bullet point to those there, okay. That shrank down a little bit, didn't it? Perhaps we will make those a bit bigger. Ooh. It's not too bad. It's not ideal, but I think you can see, you know, once you start getting the hang of this, you can have a bit of a play around for yourself and just see what you think looks best, okay? So we've got our 5 bullet points in there. Now what we want to do is we want to take this one here and we want to make this stand out a bit more, because it's important that we give them this, our audience, this call to action, okay? So I'm going to grow that a bit, bolden it, and then I'm going to turn that to red, okay? Because I certainly want folks to take the next step, and I might even actually center that one. So I'll select that, and then I'm going to go up here. See, there's left align. We want to go center. There we are. That centered that text, that bit of text. Okay. So now we've got our headline, we've got our subheadline, we've got our 5 benefits inside, you'll find out, and 5 benefits. So how to quickly write amazing article content that sells, how to engage your audience and make them want more, 5 tips that web owners want in their content, because remember these people are going to be selling their articles to web owners. Now these web owners want quality content, so if we can show them how to create quality content, these web owners will certainly pay for quality articles and content. Okay, then we're going to tell them how to find the 10 highest paying content directories and much more. Okay, so we've got all that within our web page now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this in a web browser. It's not going to be live, but we do have a way of getting a preview of what it looks like. So we're going to go up here and we're going to save this. Okay, and then we're going to go 2 buttons to the right, see where it says browse. We just want to click on that. Okay, and look at that. So this is what people are actually going to see when they look for our page. Okay, here's our headline: discover how you can earn a full-time living online while working from the comfort of home. Free report reveals. Okay, now to me this here, the subline, is sort of overshadowing the headline a wee bit, and these bullet points are a bit large. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just shoot back. We're just going to do a wee bit of changing around. So we'll highlight this, and we're just going to bring the size of that down one click. Okay, we're also going to go here to our bullet points, and we're going to highlight those. We'll keep this text the same. I think we'll go back and have a look at that. Yeah, we'll keep this text the same, but we'll bring the bullet point size down a little. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click save again. So we'll go up to here, save. Now we go back to our browser, and we're just going to go up here and we're going to click refresh. And there you are. Look at that. That's looking a little better, isn't it? It looks a wee bit more symmetrical, if you like. You know, everything looks a lot more in proportion. Okay, so there we are. We've got our text inside our web page. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shoot back, and we're going to go and find an image. Okay, now you can create an image. What you would normally do here is, remember over here you're giving away a free report. Okay, now you can have somebody create an ebook cover for you, or you can go, and there are places online, if you just type in free ebook covers into a web browser, then you'll find places where you can actually create ebook covers. But for this exercise, what I want to do, so that we can get this page up and showing quickly, I'm just going to go across to Google, and we're going to find an ebook cover that might go well with what it is we're doing here. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to Google. Well, that's our practice page. Let's open up a web page here, and I'm going to type in here work at home ebook. Okay, ebook. Hit enter. Now I'm going to go to images. Okay, click on their images. Let's just see if there's anything here that we might be able to just copy for now, and perhaps later on I'll show you how to create an ebook cover. What have we got? Oh, look at this. Busy Mum's Ultimate Guide to Finding the Perfect Work at Home Job. Now, that's pretty close to what we're looking for, isn't it? Work at home ghostwriters, work at home for maximum profits, working at home. Here's another one. 6 ways to make money working from home. I mean, that's quite good. Quite good. But I think for what it is that we're targeting, as I said, we would be targeting, well, my thoughts for this would be, I'd be targeting working at home, or mums that want to work at home. So I think this here, Busy Mum's Ultimate Guide to Finding the Perfect Work at Home Job, might be fantastic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click that image, and then I'm going to go down to here and go Save Picture As. Now, there's a wee bit of a trick to this, okay? Well, not a trick, but it's important that you do this right. I'm going to save this onto the desktop, but I'm going to save it into my Work at Home file. So I've clicked Desktop, now I'm going to go to Work at Home, and I'm going to double click that. Inside this Work at Home folder, I'm going to create a new folder. Okay, so we're going to right click, and then we're going to go down to New and click Folder. Now I'm going to name this folder Images, okay, and I'll explain that to you shortly why, but IMAGS, and then we're going to hit enter. We're going to open that folder, and then we're going to rename this file here. I'm going to call this Work At. Now it's important when you're naming a file, don't leave spaces, okay? Don't go Work space at space home, okay? If you want a space, go Work dash at dash home, okay? And the type of file is going to be a PNG, because with web browsers they do not like spaces left between words. They can handle dashes, but they don't like spaces between words, okay? So try to remember that. So that's what we're going to call this. We're going to call it Work at Home or dash ebook, and we'll hit save. Okay, so we don't need our web browser open anymore. We'll just minimize that. Right, now we're going to go and we're going to insert that image that we've just brought across. We're going to insert it in this box here. Okay, how are we going to do that, you're wondering? Okay, first things first, what I want to do is I want to minimize this here, and I want to go back to my desktop. Let's open up that folder that we've just created. So here we are at Work at Home. We want to double click that. Now we've got a folder in here called Images, okay? And then inside that folder, look at that, there's the image that we've just copied. Now let me just explain something to you. When we go and we upload all our files to the internet, so we upload our page, we also need to upload any images that we may have on that page, okay? And those, so that we send that up to our web hosting account at HostGator. So not only do we send this page here, practice page, but we're also going to send this folder here called Images, and inside that folder is the actual image that we're going to put on our page. Now, it's really important that when you put an image on a web page, you make sure that you save it into a folder such as this. It doesn't have to be called Images, but you know, that's the most logical choice for it. Now, all of your images would get saved into this same folder, because when it comes time for the web page and the browser to start looking and searching for images, we can tell it to search in one folder, okay? And it always knows where to find those images. If we start saving our images in other folders, the browser will not know where to search, and those images will not display, okay? And if you know what it's like when you're looking at a page that has got an image that's missing and it's got the little red cross up in the corner of it, well, that's the reason for that is the person who's created that page has not uploaded their images correctly. So we want to make sure that we get this right, okay? So it's an important step. Create an images folder, save all your images into that one folder only, okay? Doesn't matter how many images you got. What we're going to do is we're going to take this page and we're going to take these images and we're going to upload those to our web hosting account. Okay, right, that was a long explanation, but it's an important one because I just don't want to see you having a page that fails to load properly. Right, let's go back to Composer. Here we are. Now, in here, this is like I said, we want to insert an image. Okay, so what we're going to do, we just click in the cell there, then we're going to go up to this icon here where it says image, and we're just going to click on that. Okay, now then, see this little folder here, we need to tell this web page whereabouts to find that image, so we're going to browse for it. Okay, so we're just going to click that folder, and to make this clearer for you, I'm going to go back one. I'm going to go back to the desktop. Now, if I was searching for this folder, for this file, I would go to my desktop and then to my work at home folder, okay, that we created. I'd double click that, and then I would then go to images, and I would double click that. We want to open that folder up as well. And here is my file here that I want to put on that page, or my image, okay? So I'm going to double click that, I'll single click it and see how it added the name of that file down here, hasn't it? Work-at-home-ebook, okay? Now, let's have a look in here. It's got image files. I think that's correct. So we're just going to double click that, and there you are. It's loaded up. So now what we've got, folks, is we've got this, what it's called a link. So what the web page is looking for is a folder called images, okay, which is here, / the name of the file we just selected, work-at-home-ebook.png. Now you don't need to know what that is. PNG is just a type of file. Okay? So that's all ready to go. Now if I click OK, you watch here, it's going to put that file right inside there. So let's do that. We'll click OK. Oh, another very important thing, we'll just click OK on that. Now if we put some alternate text in here, we might say work at home ebook cover. Okay, we can put some alternate text in there, and in the event that that image didn't display properly, then that people would see that text. Okay, if you don't want to put that in there, all you would do is just come down here and click that radio button. Don't use alternate text. I think it's a good idea to use it, because sometimes it's not your problem, it's the browser problem. The browser is not displaying properly, so it's really good to have a bit of alternate text in there. Now the other thing we can check is, remember, if we look down here, we've got a cell width here. So from here to here, the cell width is 222 pixels. We want to see what the size of that image there is, and if you look down the bottom here, image preview, it says width 211, height 239. So that means that's going to fit in there and it's not going to overlap either side. Okay, so let's just click OK, and hey, look at that. There you are. You've got an image inserted into your squeeze page. Alright, so that's fantastic. What we're going to now do is we're going to save that. Then we're going to go back to our browser, wherever that may be, and we'll go back to practice page here. We'll refresh that, and you watch what happens. Look at that. There you are, folks. So now we've got headline, subheadline. We've got some great benefits for the person here. We're telling them claim your free copy. They're looking at the ebook cover. We're 80% there, okay? The only thing we need to put on this page now is our opt-in form, and we're away. Okay? So we're a long way on toward having our squeeze page almost completed. Alright, so that is pretty much it for this video. In the next video we're going to do the last part. We're going to add our opt-in form, and then we've got some small technical things that we need to do with our page, and then we're pretty much ready to upload. Okay, so that's all for this video, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to add the opt-in form. So we're going to go back to Aweber and our autoresponder account, and we're going to grab the code for our opt-in form and we're going to add it to our squeeze page. Okay, completely free of charge as usual. So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share it with your family and friends. I'll have the next video to you tomorrow, then we'll have our page pretty well completed. Then we're ready to actually upload it onto the internet and get live with it. That is really cool. Okay, so keep an eye out for the final video of the How to Build a Website in 4 Hours series. It's coming at you very shortly. Thanks again for being with me here. I look forward to sharing the next video with you very shortly. Till then, take care.